Why modern people need meditation. In today's fast-paced and ever-changing world, many people find themselves overwhelmed by stress, anxiety, and mental exhaustion. The constant barrage of information, social pressures, and relentless demands often leave the mind restless and the body fatigued. This modern condition has given rise to widespread issues such as chronic stress, insomnia, depression, and a pervasive sense of disconnection from oneself and others. Meditation, especially breath meditation, offers a profound solution to these challenges. Unlike external remedies that attempt to fix symptoms, meditation works by returning us to a natural foundational process, the breath, that is always present and accessible. Through mindful awareness of breathing, we cultivate calmness, clarity, and a deep connection to the present moment. This practice is not about escaping reality, but about embracing life with full attention and acceptance. By slowing down and observing the breath, we begin to heal the fragmented mind, restore balance to our nervous system, and find refuge from the incessant mental chatter. In this way, meditation becomes a sanctuary amid the chaos, offering a path to genuine peace and well-being. The life and teachings of Venerable Mintoy exemplify this timeless wisdom. His simple yet profound approach to living mindfully, rooted in breath awareness and solitude, shows us how meditation is not just an occasional exercise, but a way of life that can bring healing, clarity, and freedom in even the most turbulent times. In the following pages, we will explore the essence of breath meditation, full body awareness, and the transformative power of mindfulness and concentration. We will also see how these practices can be integrated into daily life to cultivate a lasting peace that transcends external circumstances. Mental crises, stress, insomnia in modern society. Modern life, with all its conveniences and technological advancements, has brought unprecedented levels of connectivity and productivity. Yet, paradoxically, it has also led to a significant increase in mental health challenges. Stress has become a near-constant companion for many, triggered by demanding work schedules, social expectations, financial pressures, and the relentless pace of life. This chronic stress often manifests as mental crises, including anxiety, burnout, depression, and feelings of emptiness or disconnection. The mind, overloaded with worries and distractions, struggles to find rest. One of the most common and distressing symptoms of this imbalance is insomnia, the inability to fall asleep or stay asleep through the night. Insomnia is not merely a sleep disorder. It is often a signal that the nervous system is overstimulated and that the mind is trapped in cycles of tension and unrest. Lack of quality sleep further exacerbates emotional instability, weakens the immune system, and diminishes cognitive functions, creating a vicious cycle of exhaustion and distress. Conventional approaches to insomnia often rely on medication or external fixes that may provide temporary relief but do not address the root causes. In contrast, meditation offers a natural and sustainable way to soothe the mind and body by cultivating present moment awareness and reducing mental agitation. By learning to gently observe the breath and bodily sensations, individuals can calm the nervous system, regulate emotions, and restore the natural rhythm of sleep. This ancient practice, validated by modern neuroscience, holds the potential to transform suffering into peace, making it an essential tool in today's mental health landscape. Returning to the breath as a natural remedy. In the search for relief from stress, anxiety, and insomnia, many people look outward, to medications, therapies, or distractions. Yet one of the most profound remedies lies within us, always available and completely natural, the breath. The breath is the most immediate connection between body and mind. It is a living thread that flows through every moment of our existence, whether we are aware of it or not. Unlike many external factors, the breath is always with us, free, and cannot be taken away. Returning attention to the breath means returning to the present moment, to the here and now, where true healing begins. Breath meditation teaches us to observe the inhalation and exhalation without trying to control or manipulate it. This simple act of mindful breathing helps to calm the nervous system, balance emotions, and reduce the constant mental chatter that leads to exhaustion. The breath acts like an anchor that stabilizes the mind, allowing it to settle into a state of natural stillness and clarity. Scientific studies have confirmed that deep, slow, and mindful breathing can lower stress hormones, reduce heart rate, and promote relaxation. This natural remedy is safe, accessible, and effective for anyone, regardless of age or background. By cultivating awareness of the breath, we reawaken our connection to our own life force. This connection is the foundation of meditation practice and the key to transforming the mental and physical challenges of modern life into opportunities for growth and peace. Introducing the lifestyle of Venerable Mintai, a symbol of simplicity, mindfulness, and peace. In a world that often values complexity, speed, and accumulation, the life of Venerable Mintai stands as a powerful counterpoint, a living example of simplicity, mindfulness, and deep peace. As a wandering monk and dedicated meditator, Mintai embodies the essence of living fully in the present moment, with minimal attachment to possessions, status, or distractions. His lifestyle is defined by intentional solitude and a profound connection to nature. Without the trappings of modern technology or a permanent home, he moves through forests, fields, and villages with a calm and centered presence. Mintai's practice is rooted in the continuous awareness of his breath and body, cultivating a steady mind regardless of external circumstances. This simplicity is not deprivation, but liberation. By letting go of excess desires and societal pressures, Mintai achieves a clarity and freedom that many seek but few attain. His life demonstrates that peace is not found in controlling the world around us, but in mastering the world within. Through his example, we see that mindfulness is not just a meditation technique, but a way of living, attentive, gentle, and deeply respectful of all beings. The lifestyle of Venerable Mintai invites us to reconsider what truly matters, encouraging us to slow down, breathe deeply, and embrace life with open awareness and gratitude. The essence of breath meditation: the breath as the bridge between body and mind. Breath is the vital link that unites the physical body and the subtle mind. It flows continuously, connecting our inner and outer worlds without interruption. Unlike thoughts that come and go, or feelings that rise and fall, the breath remains constant, a steady rhythm that sustains life itself. In meditation, the breath serves as a natural bridge, guiding awareness from the restless mind into the calm presence of the body. When we focus on the breath, we shift attention from abstract thoughts and worries into direct experience. This shift allows the mind to settle and the body to relax. Because breath is both automatic and accessible, it offers a unique doorway into mindfulness. We do not need to create or change the breath. We simply observe it as it is. The coolness of inhalation, the warmth of exhalation, the subtle movements in the abdomen or chest. This gentle observation helps quiet mental noise and anchors the mind in the present moment. Furthermore, the breath reflects our emotional and mental states. Rapid, shallow breathing often signals tension or anxiety, while slow, deep breathing corresponds to calmness and relaxation. By tuning into the breath, we gain insight into the body-mind connection and learn to influence our state of being through awareness alone. Thus, the breath meditation is not just a technique, but a profound practice of coming home to ourselves. It is a living bridge that connects body and mind, awakening us to the fullness of life in the here and now. Natural and universal, accessible to all, regardless of background. One of the greatest strengths of breath meditation is its naturalness and universality. The breath is an inherent part of every living being, transcending culture, age, social status, or religious belief. It requires no special equipment, training, or environment, only the willingness to turn attention inward and observe. Because breathing is a universal experience, breath meditation is accessible to anyone, anywhere. Whether a person lives in a bustling city, a quiet village, or the solitude of nature, they can practice this form of mindfulness at any moment. It is a practice that does not discriminate or exclude. It simply invites presence. Moreover, breath meditation meets people where they are in their lives. It can be adapted to suit individual needs, whether a brief moment of calm during a busy day or a deep, extended meditation session. Its simplicity makes it easy to integrate into daily routines, making mindfulness a practical and sustainable habit. This universal accessibility is why breath meditation has been embraced by diverse cultures and spiritual traditions across centuries. From ancient Eastern philosophies to modern Western psychology, breath awareness remains a foundational tool for healing and self-discovery. In essence, breath meditation belongs to no one and everyone. It is a timeless gift, freely available to all who seek peace, clarity, and connection in their lives. Mindfulness of breathing in the Satipatthana Sutta. The Satipatthana Sutta, one of the most revered discourses in the Theravada Buddhist tradition, presents a profound and practical guide to mindfulness. Described by the Buddha as the direct path to purification, to the overcoming of sorrow and lamentation, to the end of pain and grief, to the attainment of the right path, and to the realization of Nibbana. At the heart of this path lies the practice of mindfulness of breathing, anapanasati, a foundational technique that serves both as a tranquilizer of the restless mind and as a gateway to deep insight. In this sutta, the Buddha instructs practitioners to observe the breath as it is, knowing clearly whether the breath is long or short, deep or shallow, without attempting to control it. The meditator is encouraged to become intimately aware of the entire breathing process, experiencing the breath in the whole body and calming bodily formations. This mindful attention is not mechanical, but infused with awareness, curiosity, and care. Through this practice, the four foundations of mindfulness are naturally developed. 1. Body, kayanapasana. Observing the breath anchors awareness in the present physical experience. 2. Feelings, vedananupasana. As awareness deepens, subtle bodily and emotional sensations related to the breath become clear. 3. Mindupasana. One becomes aware of the state of the mind, agitated, calm, distracted, or focused. 4. Mental objects, dhammanupasana. Insight arises into impermanence, unsatisfactoriness, dukkha and non-self, anatta. Anapanasati in the Satipatthana Sutta is thus not just a preliminary step, but a comprehensive method. It quiets the mind, samatha, and sharpens awareness, leading to the discernment of reality as it is, vipassana. The simplicity of the breath makes it an ideal object, always available, non-sectarian, and intimately connected to our existence. By returning again and again to the breath with mindfulness, we train the mind to abide in the present moment with clarity, stability, and compassion. The Satipatthana Sutta reminds us that liberation is not found in complexity, but in the direct, patient, and sustained observation of what is always here, the living, breathing body and mind. The breath as a close and constant companion. The breath is one of the most intimate and unwavering companions we will ever know. From our very first inhale at birth to our final exhale at death, it remains by our side, silent, loyal, and ever-present. While relationships, circumstances, and even our thoughts come and go, the breath continues without pause, offering a steady rhythm that mirrors the flow of life itself. Unlike many aspects of our experience, the breath asks for nothing and gives freely. It does not depend on external conditions, possessions, or validation. It does not leave when life gets difficult. It remains, always available, always willing to be known. Because of this constancy, the breath serves as an ideal refuge in both meditation and daily living. When life becomes overwhelming or the mind grows restless, simply turning attention to the breath can reestablish a sense of balance and calm. It offers grounding not by changing our circumstances, but by reconnecting us to the simplicity and immediacy of the present moment. Furthermore, the breath is a mirror of our inner world. It speeds up when we are anxious or excited, slows when we are calm, and becomes shallow or uneven when we are tense or afraid. By observing these natural patterns without judgment, we can begin to understand ourselves more deeply, not as abstract ideas, but as living, breathing beings. Recognizing the breath as a close and constant companion encourages a shift in how we relate to our experience. Rather than resisting discomfort or grasping for distractions, we learn to rest in the quiet intimacy of the breath, meeting each moment with gentleness, curiosity, and presence. In this way, the breath becomes more than just a physiological function. It becomes a guide, a teacher, and a lifelong friend on the path of awakening. No control needed, just awareness. One of the most profound insights in breath meditation is the realization that we do not need to control the breath. Unlike many tasks in life that require effort, planning, or manipulation, meditation calls for a simple, open awareness, an invitation to witness the breath exactly as it is. The breath flows naturally, effortlessly responding to the body's needs moment by moment. Attempting to control or alter it often creates tension, disrupts its smooth rhythm, and undermines the very calm and ease the practice aims to cultivate. Instead, the practice encourages us to gently observe the inhalation and exhalation without interference or judgment. This quality of non-controlling awareness allows the breath to serve as a mirror, reflecting the present state of body and mind. By simply witnessing the breath, we anchor ourselves in the here and now, nurturing mindfulness and presence. This attitude of acceptance, welcoming the breath as it is, extends beyond meditation and becomes a guiding metaphor for life itself. It invites us to face experiences with openness, patience, and a release of the need to force or resist. Through this practice, we learn to cultivate inner peace, surrendering striving and embracing the natural flow of what is. Breathing in, feel the whole body. Breathing out, release the whole body. A powerful technique in breath meditation is to expand your awareness beyond just the breath itself and include the sensations of the entire body. As you breathe in, gently bring your attention to the flow of air entering your body and feel it permeate every part, head, chest, abdomen, arms, legs, awakening a vibrant sense of fullness and life. On the out-breath, consciously release tension and tightness from your whole body. Imagine the breath carrying away stress, fatigue, and discomfort, allowing your muscles to soften and relax deeply. This synchronized awareness of breath and body fosters a profound sense of ease and equilibrium. This practice unites mind and body, anchoring awareness firmly in the present moment through direct physical sensation. It cultivates a calm, spacious state where the body feels light and the mind becomes clear. By connecting breath with whole body awareness, breathing in with openness and vitality, breathing out with gentle release, meditators nurture a deep harmony and well-being that naturally flows into everyday life. Full body awareness, sensing the body part by part, like water flowing through. Developing full body awareness is a vital step in deepening meditation practice. Rather than focusing solely on the breath, the meditator gently and patiently scans the body part by part, sensing each area with the softness and fluidity of water flowing smoothly through a stream. This mindful body scan encourages open, non-judgmental observation of physical sensations, whether warmth, coolness, tension, or ease, without any effort to change or fix them. Like water moving effortlessly around stones and bends, awareness flows naturally and continuously from one part of the body to the next. Such flowing attention helps dissolve the rigid mental boundaries between self and body, nurturing a sense of wholeness and interconnectedness. It gently uncovers areas of held tension or discomfort, allowing them to be acknowledged and released with kindness and ease. This practice invites the mind to remain anchored in the subtle, ever-changing experience of the body, cultivating deep relaxation and presence. Over time, full body awareness forms a strong foundation for calmness, clarity, and insight. By sensing the body part by part, like water flowing through, we embody mindfulness deeply, nourishing body and mind in harmonious balance. Breath permeates the body, internal visualization. A powerful method to deepen breath meditation is to incorporate internal visualization, imagining the breath as a gentle, nourishing flow permeating the entire body. With each inhalation, visualize the breath entering through the nose or mouth and spreading like a soothing wave through every cell, muscle, and organ. This vivid imagery cultivates a profound sense of spaciousness and vitality, as if the breath carries fresh energy, clarity, and healing to every part of your being. It transforms the breath from a simple physical function into a living presence that rejuvenates and sustains the whole body. As you exhale, picture the breath drawing out tension, stress, and fatigue, carrying them away like a cleansing river flowing downstream, releasing debris and stagnation. This mental image promotes relaxation and detoxification, fostering balance and harmony within both body and mind. Internal visualization deepens the intimacy with the breath, making the meditation more vivid, embodied, and alive. It acts as a bridge between the seen and unseen, the external and internal, cultivating a holistic awareness that unites breath, body, and mind into one seamless experience. By allowing the breath to permeate the body through this visualization, practitioners nurture deeper calm, healing, and mindful presence that naturally extends beyond the meditation cushion into everyday life. The whole body as a meditation object, leading to samadhi, concentration. In breath meditation, expanding awareness to encompass the whole body transforms the practice from simple observation into a powerful gateway for cultivating samadhi, deep, unwavering concentration. When the entire body becomes the object of meditation, the mind finds a broad, stable field in which to rest, reducing distraction and scattered thoughts. Focusing on the whole body invites spacious and continuous attention, less prone to disruption by fleeting mental activity or external stimuli. This embodied presence anchors the meditator firmly in the present moment, fostering a calm, unified state of mind. As concentration deepens, the usual division between observer and observed begins to dissolve. The meditator experiences a seamless integration of breath, body, and mind, a state of total immersion and vivid presence that characterizes true samadhi. This sustained, whole-body awareness nurtures mental clarity, tranquility, and insight. With the entire body as the anchor, one can access profound stillness and lucidity, supporting the unfolding of deeper meditation stages and spiritual awakening. Therefore, making the whole body the focus of meditation is a vital pathway to cultivating samadhi, offering a strong foundation for lasting peace, inner transformation, and liberation. Simple happiness arises when living in the body. When we fully inhabit the body with mindful awareness, a subtle and profound happiness naturally arises. This simple joy is not tied to external conditions or fleeting pleasures, but springs directly from being truly present with the living experience of the body. To live in the body means to tune into the natural rhythms of the breath, the sensations of touch, warmth, and movement, and the subtle energy flowing within. This embodied presence grounds us in the here and now, freeing the mind from worries about the past or future. As we deepen our connection to the body through mindfulness, we begin to recognize the miracle of simply being alive. This awareness nurtures gratitude, ease, and a gentle contentment that does not depend on acquiring or achieving anything. This happiness is quiet yet deeply fulfilling, a wholesome state of well-being born from acceptance, presence, and an intimate relationship with our own physical being. By cultivating the habit of living in the body, meditation offers a sustainable source of simple happiness that can transform everyday life into a rich and joyful experience. Simple happiness arises when living in the body. When we fully inhabit the body with mindful awareness, a subtle and profound happiness naturally arises. This simple joy is not tied to external conditions or fleeting pleasures, but springs directly from being truly present with the living experience of the body. To live in the body means to tune into the natural rhythms of the breath, the sensations of touch, warmth, and movement, and the subtle energy flowing within. This embodied presence grounds us in the here and now, freeing the mind from worries about the past or future. As we deepen our connection to the body through mindfulness, we begin to recognize the miracle of simply being alive. This awareness nurtures gratitude, ease, and a gentle contentment that does not depend on acquiring or achieving anything. This happiness is quiet yet deeply fulfilling, a wholesome state of well-being born from acceptance, presence, and an intimate relationship with our own physical being. By cultivating the habit of living in the body, meditation offers a sustainable source of simple happiness that can transform everyday life into a rich and joyful experience. Practicing awareness in walking, standing, sitting, lying down. Mindfulness is not confined to formal meditation sessions. It can be woven seamlessly into every moment of daily life. Cultivating awareness in simple postures, walking, standing, sitting, and lying down, helps maintain a continuous presence and deepens our connection to the here and now. Walking. Gently attend to the sensation of each step, the lifting, moving, and placing of the feet. Notice the subtle shifts in balance, the rhythm of movement, and the contact between feet and ground. Walking meditation connects us to the natural flow of life and nurtures groundedness. Standing. While standing, feel the body's weight evenly distributed through the feet and the alignment of the spine. This mindful standing encourages a sense of rootedness and stability, fostering calm alertness. Sitting. Whether in formal meditation or simple rest, bring full awareness to your posture, the points of contact with the seat, the breath, and the body's internal sensations. Sitting mindfulness supports calmness, focus, and openness. Lying down. Even during rest or sleep, maintain awareness of the body's contact with the surface, the rise and fall of the abdomen with each breath, and the softening of muscles. This practice cultivates a peaceful and receptive state. By embracing mindfulness in these basic postures, awareness becomes a continuous thread through daily life, transforming ordinary moments into gateways for insight, calm, and well-being. Concentration is not dullness, but clarity. A common misconception in meditation is that concentration, or samadhi, means slipping into a dull, trance-like state. In reality, true concentration is quite the opposite. It is a state of heightened clarity, vivid stillness, and inner brightness. When the mind is scattered, it becomes foggy, restless, and reactive. But as concentration deepens, the mind gathers its scattered energies and becomes stable, calm, and sharply aware. This concentrated mind resembles a still pool of water, clear, reflective, and able to perceive reality with precision. True concentration is far from passive or numb. It sharpens perception and heightens sensitivity to the present moment. It allows the meditator to notice the subtlest bodily sensations, the delicate rhythm of the breath, and the arising and passing of thoughts with equanimity and fine detail. This clarity is effortless, natural, and easeful, born from deeply letting go of distractions and being fully present with the meditation object. Thus, concentration is not a sleepy withdrawal from life, but a luminous, centered awareness that supports insight, healing, and genuine inner freedom. The absence of distraction is the basis of joy. In a world filled with constant noise, speed, and endless stimulation, distraction has become our default state. Our minds flit from one thought to another, always seeking novelty, but rarely finding true peace. Yet in meditation, as distractions gradually fade away, something remarkable arises: a quiet, natural joy. This joy isn't something we create or chase. It is the inherent state of a mind that is no longer pulled in 1,000 directions. When the mind settles, even momentarily, into focused presence on the breath, the body, or simply awareness itself, a sense of spaciousness, relief, and inner ease naturally unfolds. Distraction fractures our attention and dissipates our energy. In contrast, the absence of distraction gathers our whole being, allowing it to come into harmony. This harmony opens the door to contentment that does not depend on achievements or possessions, but flows freely from clarity and inner alignment. The joy born from non-distraction is subtle yet profound. The joy of simply being without striving, judgment, or attachment. It is always accessible. Present in every moment, we gently return to presence, no matter how ordinary the moment seems. Thus, the absence of distraction forms not only the foundation of deep concentration, but also the fertile ground from which lasting, abiding joy arises. Levels of concentration. Brief introduction. In the Buddhist meditation tradition, especially within the Theravada school, concentration, or samadhi, is described as progressing through distinct stages known as the jhanas. These stages mark increasingly refined states of mental stillness, clarity, and absorption. The journey begins with access concentration, a preliminary phase where the mind grows stable and relatively free from coarse distractions. At this point, the meditator can hold gentle, sustained attention on the chosen object, such as the breath or the whole body, with minimal effort. As concentration deepens, the meditator may enter the first jhana, characterized by 5 key factors: applied thought, vitakka; sustained thought, vikara; rapture or joy, piti; pleasure or happiness, sukha; one-pointedness of mind, ekagga. Together, these qualities create a profound sense of joy, unity, and immersion. With continued practice, the mind moves through subsequent jhanas, each marked by subtle shifts. Second jhana. The initial directed thinking, applied and sustained thought falls away, leaving a more unified, joyful, and deeply focused mind. Third jhana, the exuberant joy fades, replaced by calm contentment and a balanced equanimity. Fourth jhana, even pleasure subsides, giving way to a state of pure, neutral mindfulness marked by clarity and profound inner peace. It is important to remember these states are not ends in themselves to grasp, but natural stages as the mind grows ever calmer, more collected, and deeply still. Even without formally entering the jhanas, understanding these levels encourages patience and offers guidance for meditation practice. They highlight concentration as a dynamic unfolding, one that opens the door to insight, tranquility, and ultimately liberation. Concentration arises from simplicity and mindful breathing. True concentration doesn't depend on complicated methods or special environments. It naturally emerges when life is simplified and attention gently rests on the breath. This simplicity opens space for the mind to calm, distractions to diminish, and awareness to deepen. The breath is an ideal focus for cultivating concentration because it's always present and always moving. No belief or imagination required. When we return to the breath with soft, steady attention, the mind quiets. The usual flurry of thoughts slows, allowing a sense of inner harmony to arise. Here, simplicity means more than just reducing external busyness. It means letting go of internal noise, dropping the urge to analyze, compare, plan, or judge. In this calm space of observation, the breath becomes a refuge, a gentle thread guiding the mind back home. As mindfulness of breathing grows stronger, concentration unfolds naturally, not through force, but through patient, repeated return. This concentration is balanced, sustainable, and infused with ease. Instead of seeking altered states, the meditator simply rests in the natural rhythm of inhalation and exhalation, allowing stillness to emerge. From this simplicity, a clear, steady mind is born, a foundation for insight and lasting peace. How to live a concentrated life, slowing down, reducing complexity. In today's fast-paced world where urgency and multitasking dominate, the mind easily fragments, pulled in many directions by constant stimuli and endless demands. Cultivating concentration means consciously resisting this momentum by slowing down and simplifying life. Slowing down doesn't mean doing less just to be idle. It means doing everything with full presence. When we move slowly, whether walking, eating, speaking, or even breathing, we create the space to truly inhabit each moment. This transforms ordinary actions into living meditations. Reducing complexity involves simplifying both our external surroundings and internal commitments. Physical clutter breeds mental clutter. Overcommitment, noise, and digital distractions drain our precious attention. Concentration flourishes in uncluttered spaces, whether in the home, the mind, or the heart. A concentrated life is not about escaping responsibility, but about choosing actions intentionally rather than reacting automatically. It cultivates spaciousness and clarity. Practical steps include creating tech-free zones or times to reconnect with the present, saying no to distractions and energy-draining obligations, prioritizing meaningful, focused work instead of shallow busyness, eating slowly, walking mindfully, listening deeply. Living with this mindful rhythm, concentration shifts from a practiced technique to a natural way of being. From this foundation of presence and simplicity, clarity, joy, and insight emerge effortlessly. Meditation in daily life, eating and sleeping on time, living in rhythm, mindfulness in daily actions. Meditation extends far beyond sitting quietly on a cushion. It is a way of being that infuses mindfulness into every moment of life. One of the most powerful supports for this practice is living in harmony with natural rhythms, especially through eating and sleeping on time. Eating on time nourishes both body and mind. When meals occur regularly and are approached with mindful attention, digestion improves, energy stabilizes, and mental clarity grows. Mindful eating invites us to savor each bite, noticing textures, flavors, and the nourishing process itself. This attentive way of eating anchors us in the present, reducing mindless overeating and distraction. Sleeping on time respects the body's need for rest and renewal. A consistent sleep schedule helps regulate the internal clock, enhances mental sharpness, and fosters emotional stability. Restored by proper sleep, the mind is more receptive to calm, concentration, and insight during meditation and daily life. Living in rhythm with natural cycles, day and night, activity and rest, creates inner and outer harmony. This harmony steadies the mind, making meditation a more natural and accessible part of our lives. Beyond these fundamentals, bringing mindfulness into everyday activities, walking, working, speaking, resting, transforms routine moments into meditation opportunities. By gently attending to these simple acts, we nurture presence and lessen mental scattering. In this way, meditation becomes a continuous thread woven through daily habits, grounding us in balance, awareness, and lasting peace. Every activity can be meditation. Meditation is often seen as a quiet, formal practice done sitting still, but its true power is in how it can transform every moment of our lives. When we bring mindfulness to whatever we are doing, every activity becomes meditation, a way to cultivate presence, awareness, and deep connection. Whether walking, washing dishes, eating, or working, gently and attentively engaging with the body and mind in action turns ordinary tasks into sacred moments. Instead of rushing on autopilot, we fully immerse ourselves in the experience. For instance, walking becomes a dance of sensation, feeling each step, the stretch of muscles, and the flow of breath. Washing dishes invites us to notice the coolness of water, the sound of running streams, and the smoothness of each plate. Eating transforms into a mindful celebration of taste, texture, and gratitude for nourishment. This practice enriches everyday life and deepens concentration, calming the restless mind. Over time, mindfulness woven through daily actions creates a continuous meditation, blurring the line between formal practice and living. By embracing the idea that every action can be meditation, we open the door to peace and clarity in all aspects of life, making each moment a step toward awakening. Joy in simple acts, washing dishes, sweeping the floor, picking leaves. True happiness often hides in the simplest moments, those everyday tasks that we tend to overlook or rush through. But when approached with mindful attention, even washing dishes, sweeping the floor, or picking leaves can become profound sources of joy and fulfillment. Washing dishes invites us to feel the warmth of water, the delicate texture of soap bubbles, and the smoothness of each plate. The rhythmic motions calm the mind, opening a space for presence and quiet celebration, cleansing not just the dishes, but also the mental clutter. Sweeping the floor connects us deeply with our body and surroundings. The sweep of the broom, the gentle rustle of dust, and the visible clearing of space bring a sense of accomplishment and order. This mindful act grounds us, fostering harmony between ourselves and the environment. Picking leaves awakens our senses and curiosity. Observing the colors, shapes, and subtle uniqueness of each leaf cultivates appreciation for nature and our place within it. This gentle, attentive action nurtures gratitude and a sense of connection to the larger world. In these simple, often overlooked tasks, the mind naturally settles into the present moment, releasing worries and distractions. The joy that arises is not tied to grand achievements, but to wholehearted engagement with the here and now. By embracing the fullness and simplicity of daily chores, we realize that meditation and happiness are not separate paths. They flow together in the quiet art of ordinary living. Joy in simple acts, washing dishes, sweeping the floor, picking leaves. True happiness often hides in the simplest moments, those everyday tasks that we tend to overlook or rush through. But when approached with mindful attention, even washing dishes, sweeping the floor, or picking leaves can become profound sources of joy and fulfillment. Washing dishes invites us to feel the warmth of water, the delicate texture of soap bubbles, and the smoothness of each plate. The rhythmic motions calm the mind, opening a space for presence and quiet celebration, cleansing not just the dishes, but also the mental clutter. Sweeping the floor connects us deeply with our body and surroundings. The sweep of the broom, the gentle rustle of dust, and the visible clearing of space bring a sense of accomplishment and order. This mindful act grounds us, fostering harmony between ourselves and the environment. Picking leaves awakens our senses and curiosity. Observing the colors, shapes, and subtle uniqueness of each leaf cultivates appreciation for nature and our place within it. This gentle, attentive action nurtures gratitude and a sense of connection to the larger world. In these simple, often overlooked tasks, the mind naturally settles into the present moment, releasing worries and distractions. The joy that arises is not tied to grand achievements, but to wholehearted engagement with the here and now. By embracing the fullness and simplicity of daily chores, we realize that meditation and happiness are not separate paths. They flow together in the quiet art of ordinary living, transforming life into a continuous flow of meditation. Meditation is not just an isolated practice reserved for quiet moments on the cushion. It is a way of living, a continuous flow of awareness and presence that touches every moment. To transform life into a seamless meditation means to dissolve the boundaries between formal sitting and daily activity, allowing mindfulness to become a natural rhythm woven through all we do. This transformation starts with the simple but profound intention to be present, not only during meditation sessions, but in every breath, movement, and interaction. It involves gently guiding the mind back to the here and now again and again, accepting distractions as part of the process, but choosing awareness as the path. As this mindful habit strengthens, meditation shifts from something we do to a way of being. Walking, speaking, working, or resting all become invitations to engage fully with kindness, curiosity, and attention. Life itself becomes the meditation object, alive, fluid, and ever-changing. This ongoing flow nurtures inner peace and clarity as the mind grows steadier and more resilient. Stress and restlessness ease, replaced by spaciousness, calm, and joy. The practitioner learns to navigate life's ups and downs with equanimity, welcoming both serenity and challenge as integral to the journey. In the end, transforming life into continuous meditation is a return to our true nature, a state of open, present awareness where the ordinary moment shines with extraordinary clarity and grace. Overcoming the habit of chasing thoughts and ignoring the body. One of the most persistent challenges in both meditation and everyday life is the mind's tendency to chase thoughts, ruminating on the past, anticipating the future, or indulging in endless inner dialogue, while leaving the body behind. This habit fragments our experience, drawing us into tension, anxiety, and disconnection from the present moment. To overcome this pattern, we begin by acknowledging a simple truth. The mind and body are not separate. The body is not just a vessel we carry around. It is a living, breathing source of presence and stability. When we're lost in thought, the body patiently waits. But when we return to it, it welcomes us with grounding clarity. Mindfulness of the breath and bodily sensations is a gentle but profound antidote to compulsive thinking. Instead of fighting with thoughts or trying to silence the mind, we shift our attention, feeling the breath move in and out, noticing the weight of the body on the chair, the contact of feet with the ground. These sensations are always available and always now. Each time we notice the mind wandering and return to the body, we retrain ourselves to dwell in presence. The body becomes our anchor, not as a rigid object, but as a vibrant field of awareness. This practice is an act of kindness, not correction. We're not punishing the mind for wandering, but inviting it back again and again to wholeness. Over time, the grip of thought-chasing softens. The inner noise quiets. We become more embodied, attuned, grounded, and open. In this embodied awareness, life feels fuller and more real. We are no longer spectators lost in thought, but participants in the living present, connected and at peace. Meditation as a cure for insomnia. Insomnia as a symptom of an unsettled mind. Insomnia is not merely a matter of sleeplessness. It is often a reflection of an unsettled inner world. When the mind is caught in loops of worry, stress, or unresolved tension, sleep becomes elusive. The body may be tired, but the mind refuses to rest, racing through memories, plans, or imagined fears. In this way, insomnia is not just a condition of the night, but a continuation of the day's mental restlessness. Meditation offers a gentle, non-invasive way to address this imbalance, not by chasing sleep, but by cultivating stillness. Instead of struggling to fall asleep, we learn to settle the mind. Practices such as mindful breathing, body scanning, or simply observing thoughts without attachment create space for the nervous system to relax and the mind to quiet down. Rather than resisting sleeplessness, meditation encourages acceptance. Lying awake in bed becomes an opportunity to practice awareness, to feel the breath, to sense the body, to soften the grip of thought. Paradoxically, it is in letting go of the desire to sleep that sleep often comes. This shift from striving to surrender is central to healing insomnia at its root. With regular practice, meditation helps retrain the mind to move from habitual agitation to spacious calm. It nurtures a sense of inner security, making it easier to release control and trust the body's natural rhythms. Over time, as mental tension subsides, sleep returns, not as something forced, but as something allowed. In this light, insomnia is not an enemy, but a message. The mind is overburdened and asking for attention. Meditation answers that call with compassion, offering a path not only to better sleep, but to deeper peace, night and day. How breath meditation calms the nervous system. Breath meditation is a gentle yet powerful doorway into healing and inner peace. It reconnects us with one of the most fundamental rhythms of life, our breath, and uses it as a bridge to calm the nervous system and quiet the mind. The nervous system has two primary modes, the sympathetic, fight or flight, and the parasympathetic, rest and digest. In modern life, many people live in a chronic state of sympathetic overdrive, rushing, worrying, striving, without giving the body a chance to recover. This imbalance fuels anxiety, tension, insomnia, and even chronic illness. When we bring mindful attention to the breath, we begin to interrupt this stress cycle. Simply noticing the inhale and exhale without controlling or judging activates the parasympathetic nervous system, inviting the body into a state of calm. Heart rate slows, blood pressure decreases, muscles begin to relax. The breath, once shallow or erratic, becomes steady and smooth. This physiological shift is more than relaxation. It is a message of safety to the brain. In response, the brain releases soothing neurochemicals like serotonin, dopamine, and GABA, while dialing down stress hormones like cortisol and adrenaline. The entire body begins to function more harmoniously, from digestion to immune response. Mentally, breath meditation gives the mind a single point of focus, which helps reduce mental noise. Worries about the past and future dissolve, and what remains is the direct experience of now. This presence itself is healing. It allows space for rest, clarity, and emotional regulation. Over time, regular breath meditation rewires the nervous system. It builds resilience, making it easier to return to calm after stress. The breath becomes not only a tool, but a trusted friend, a steady companion that reminds us, peace is always available, one breath at a time. Techniques for sleeping through mindful breathing. Mindful breathing is one of the simplest and most effective ways to prepare the body and mind for sleep. It eases tension, quiets the thinking mind, and activates the body's natural relaxation response. Practiced consistently, these techniques can help turn bedtime into a sacred space of stillness and rest. Here are 4 gentle breathing practices to support deep, natural sleep. 1. The 4-7-8 breathing technique. A calming pattern that slows down the nervous system. Inhale through your nose for a count of 4. Hold your breath gently for a count of 7. Exhale slowly and completely through your mouth for a count of 8. Repeat the cycle 3 to 4 times or as needed. This method reduces heart rate, lowers blood pressure, and prepares the body for sleep by encouraging a deep sense of calm. 2. Body scan with breath awareness. A full body relaxation technique combined with breath observation. Lie down comfortably and bring attention to your natural breath. Slowly scan the body from the crown of the head down to the toes. At each point, notice sensations or tension. With each exhale, imagine releasing any tightness or discomfort. This practice grounds the mind in the body and releases accumulated stress, helping you drift toward sleep with ease. 3. Gentle counting of the breath, a practice that quiets mental chatter by anchoring attention. Breathe naturally. As you exhale, silently count 1, 2, 3, up to 10, then return to 1. If the mind wanders, simply notice and gently return to the count. This rhythmic focus calms racing thoughts and prevents the mind from spiraling into worry or planning. 4. Visualization of breath flow. A subtle and soothing method that engages the imagination. Close your eyes and visualize your breath as a wave or a soft light. With each inhale, see calm, healing energy flowing in. With each exhale, imagine tension, stress, or thoughts gently flowing out. This method enhances relaxation by combining breath with peaceful imagery, helping the mind settle into tranquility. Final thoughts. You don't need to do all 4 techniques at once. Choose the one that resonates most and start with just a few minutes each night. Over time, you may find that your breath becomes a gentle lullaby, drawing you away from overthinking and into the quiet embrace of sleep. Remember, sleep cannot be forced, but it can be invited, and mindful breathing is one of the most gracious invitations we can offer. Abdominal breathing, inflating and deflating, soothes the body. Abdominal breathing, also called diaphragmatic breathing, is a gentle yet powerful practice that brings the body and mind into a state of deep relaxation. Unlike shallow chest breathing, which often accompanies stress and anxiety, abdominal breathing engages the diaphragm and promotes full, nourishing breaths. Inflating the abdomen on the inhale. As you inhale deeply through the nose, allow the abdomen to rise or expand. This expansion indicates that the diaphragm is moving downward, creating more space for the lungs to fill with air. The vagus nerve, a crucial part of the parasympathetic nervous system, is gently stimulated, signaling the body to relax and repair. Internal organs receive a light massage, improving circulation and digestion. Deflating the abdomen on the exhale. As you slowly exhale, let the abdomen fall or deflate. This release helps the diaphragm rise, pushing out stale air and accumulated tension. The slow rhythm of deflation slows the heart rate and lowers blood pressure. The act of fully exhaling invites mental stillness, calming anxious or racing thoughts. The wave of calm. The gentle cycle of abdominal breathing creates a wave-like motion, a soothing rhythm that restores balance to the body and mind. Its benefits include increased oxygen intake and improved blood flow, relaxation of muscles and reduction of physical stress, stabilization of mood, easing anxiety and emotional turbulence, reconnection with the present moment, fostering mindfulness and awareness. When and how to practice. Abdominal breathing can be practiced lying down before sleep to prepare the body for rest, sitting quietly during meditation, or throughout the day to reset the nervous system. During moments of stress, as a grounding, calming tool, try placing one hand on your chest and one on your belly. Breathe so the belly rises more than the chest, and stay with the rhythm for a few minutes, noticing the body begin to soften. Conclusion. In a fast-paced world, abdominal breathing is a reminder that calm is always just a breath away. With each inflating and deflating cycle, you return to a natural rhythm, one that soothes, centers, and sustains a peaceful mind and body. Combining meditation with proper routine to reset the biological clock. Our biological clock, also known as the circadian rhythm, is an internal timekeeper that orchestrates essential functions such as sleep, hormone secretion, digestion, and body temperature regulation. When disrupted by late nights, erratic schedules, stress, or excessive screen time, this natural rhythm can fall out of sync, leading to insomnia, fatigue, mood swings, and metabolic imbalances. A powerful, holistic approach to restoring circadian balance is the combination of meditation and a consistent daily routine. Together, they support both mind and body in reestablishing natural cycles of rest and activity. How meditation supports the biological clock. Meditation directly calms the nervous system, helping to reduce cortisol, stress hormone levels, and activate the parasympathetic rest and digest response. This has profound effects on sleep and daily rhythm. Mindfulness or breath-focused meditation practiced regularly, especially in the evening, acts as a gentle signal to the brain that it's time to slow down. Meditation improves sleep quality, eases mental agitation, and helps prevent rumination or overthinking, which often disrupts sleep onset. Over time, meditation enhances self-awareness, making it easier to notice and adjust harmful habits that interfere with natural rhythms. How routine reinforces circadian health. A steady routine works hand in hand with meditation by offering structure and predictability to the body's internal systems. Consistent sleep-wake times. Going to bed and waking up at the same time daily teaches the body when to release melatonin and when to feel alert. Morning sunlight exposure. Natural light early in the day signals to the brain that it's time to be awake, strengthening the circadian rhythm. Regular meal times. Eating at consistent hours helps regulate digestive hormones and metabolism, preventing energy crashes and insomnia. Reduced evening stimulation. Limiting screens, bright lights, and stimulating content before bed allows melatonin production to rise naturally. The synergy of meditation and routine. When combined, meditation and routine become a complementary system. Meditation, daily routine, calms the mind and nervous system, anchors the body in consistent behaviors, reduces anxiety and overstimulation, reinforces predictable biological patterns, promotes restful sleep, supports healthy hormone rhythms. By integrating both, you create a predictable environment that encourages the body to self-regulate, leading to faster sleep onset, deeper, more restorative sleep, greater daytime energy, improved emotional balance, sharper mental clarity. Starting the practice. Meditate at the same time each day, ideally in the morning for alertness or evening for sleep support. Align meals, sleep, and screen habits to natural light-dark cycles. Create a wind-down ritual, a few minutes of breathing meditation, dim lights, and gentle stretching before bed. Conclusion. Resetting the biological clock is not about forcing sleep or rigid control. It's about harmonizing with nature's rhythm. Meditation provides the inner stillness, while routine provides the external structure. Together, they foster a life that flows more naturally, balanced, vibrant, and well-rested. Real-life accounts from forest monks and austere practitioners. The transformative power of meditation is perhaps best illustrated through the lived experiences of forest monks and austere practitioners, individuals who have committed their lives to simplicity, discipline, and deep inner cultivation. Far from abstract philosophy, their journeys offer tangible evidence of how mindfulness, breath awareness, and intentional living can reshape the human experience from within. Breath meditation in solitude. In the remote stillness of the forest, where distractions are few and silence is profound, breath becomes a teacher. Many monks share how anapanasati, mindfulness of breathing, anchors them amid the intensity of seclusion. In the beginning, the mind ran wild like a monkey, but slowly, through watching the breath, not trying to control it, I discovered a peace I didn't know existed. A forest monk in northern Thailand. Through consistent breath observation, they begin to witness the rise and fall of thoughts without being swept away. Over time, this practice leads to unshakable calm, heightened awareness, and even blissful states of absorption, jhana, reached without reliance on external comfort. The discipline of simplicity. Austere practitioners, including those living as lay renunciants or following head shaving, barefoot walking, and one-meal-a-day traditions, often attribute their mental clarity and physical vitality to a rhythmic, minimalist lifestyle. Waking before sunrise cultivates alertness and connection to natural cycles. Simple meals, eaten mindfully, nourish the body without dulling the mind. Physical chores, done slowly and intentionally, become moments of moving meditation. When every movement is watched with awareness, even sweeping the ground becomes a sacred act. There is no boredom, only presence. An austere lay practitioner in Sri Lanka. These routines are not rigid burdens, but containers for mindfulness. They dissolve the chaos of overchoice and free up mental space for reflection and inner stillness. Overcoming struggles with the mind. Many monastics and disciplined practitioners speak openly about initial resistance, racing thoughts, emotional waves, body discomfort. But through patience and unshakable commitment, the storm begins to settle. At first, I was constantly irritated by insects, by hunger, by memories. But the more I stayed, the more I realized that irritation wasn't in the forest. It was in me. Breath by breath, I met it and let it go. A monk of the Thai forest tradition. These testimonies reflect a deep truth. Transformation doesn't come from escape, but from meeting discomfort with mindfulness over and over until peace becomes the natural state. Beyond the cushion, living meditation. For these practitioners, meditation is not confined to sitting still. It permeates walking, eating, washing, speaking, and even silence itself. They embody what it means to live meditatively, where every moment becomes an opportunity for insight, compassion, and serenity. Their lives show us meditation is practical, a tool to navigate fear, confusion, and suffering. Discipline is freedom. A structured life opens space for spontaneous joy. Stillness is strength, not resilience rooted in presence. Conclusion: inspiration and simplicity. The stories of forest monks and austere seekers remind us that peace doesn't require luxury, only courage, consistency, and care. Their journeys echo a powerful message. The path to contentment is not hidden in complexity. It lives in the breath and presence in each mindful step. Their example serves as a beacon for modern seekers, offering not just philosophy but living proof. Real peace is possible, even in a world of noise, when we return to ourselves. Less disturbance, less mental scattering. One of the foundational insights from contemplative practice is this: outer quiet supports inner stillness. When we intentionally reduce the noise, distractions, and busyness of our environment, we create the conditions for the mind to settle on its own, like mud sinking in still water. The link between environment and attention. In modern life, constant stimuli, phones, conversations, screens, schedules, keep the mind in a state of agitation. Each interruption pulls our attention outward, fragmenting focus and fueling mental scattering. In contrast, a peaceful setting, whether a quiet room, a forest retreat, or even a few minutes of silence, allows the mind to let go of external noise, stop chasing after stimulation, turn inward toward breath and awareness. This shift doesn't require a monastery. It begins with choosing moments of quiet and spaces of simplicity. Less input, more presence. When we reduce sensory input, the mind no longer needs to process or react to constant change. In this stillness, something remarkable happens. Thoughts slow down. Attention becomes less fragmented. The breath becomes easier to follow. Emotional reactivity begins to soften. Instead of jumping from thought to thought, the mind becomes more stable and focused, like a candle sheltered from the wind. Practical ways to reduce disturbance. Even without full retreat, we can cultivate conditions that reduce mental scattering. Turn off notifications and keep the phone in another room during practice. Sit in silence for a few minutes each morning or evening. Minimize multitasking, allowing one task to be done with full presence. Simplify your surroundings. Decluttered space supports a decluttered mind. Inner stillness is possible. Ultimately, external calm fosters internal clarity. When distractions lessen, awareness deepens, and the mind becomes a steady mirror, reflecting the present moment just as it is. As the lake becomes still, its waters reflect the moon. So too does the quiet mind reflect truth. In this still space, we reconnect with the breath, observe thoughts with gentleness, and rediscover the peace that was always there beneath the noise. Few words, fewer tasks, a life flowing like a gentle stream. In a world brimming with noise, urgency, and endless to-do lists, choosing simplicity becomes a quiet revolution. When we speak less and do less, not out of laziness but with intention and clarity, life begins to breathe again. Fewer words, a quieter mind. Every word carries energy. The more we speak, the more the mind is engaged in planning, remembering, judging. But when speech becomes measured and mindful, something shifts. Inner chatter softens. We listen more deeply, both to others and ourselves. Words regain weight and meaning. Silent pauses, once awkward, become spacious and nourishing. In this space, wisdom and presence arise. Fewer tasks, a clearer life. Modern culture glorifies busyness, but too many tasks scatter attention and wear down the spirit. When we consciously simplify, doing what matters, letting go of what doesn't, life feels lighter. There's room for stillness. We're no longer driven by urgency, but guided by intention. We act with care, not haste. Doing less doesn't mean being less. It means making room for depth, not just breadth. When speech and action are simplified, life moves with a natural rhythm. unforced, unhurried, like a stream flowing around obstacles instead of pushing against them, like a breeze, touching what it meets without grasping, like a monk's walk, each step firm, slow, and aware. In this kind of life, effort fades into grace. We don't control the flow, we enter it. The quieter you become, the more you are able to hear. Rumi. Simplicity is not the absence of responsibility, it is the presence of clarity and peace. Through fewer words and fewer tasks, we return to a life aligned with being, not just doing. A life as gentle and nourishing as a mountain stream. The spirit of Dutanga, owning less, contacting less, wanting less. Dutanga, the austere renunciations embraced by monastics, distills life to its bare essentials, inviting a freedom born from radical simplicity. This path is guided by three core principles. Owning less. To own less is to loosen the grip of attachment. When possessions no longer define us or weigh us down, the mind and body become lighter. Clarity emerges in the spaciousness left behind. True contentment arises not from gathering more, but from letting go. Each relinquished item is a step toward liberation. Contacting less. Limiting unnecessary social contact and distractions is not withdrawal from life, but a turning inward. By reducing external stimuli, the practitioner nurtures solitude and deepens mindfulness. This intentional reduction sharpens focus and fosters inner stillness, a fertile ground for awakening. Wanting less. Desire is often the root of suffering. Tempering wants and expectations softens the restless mind. To want less is to be content with what is, releasing the endless chase that fractures peace. Together, these Dutanga practices are not about loss, they are about returning to what truly matters. They clear the clutter, allowing life to be lived with intention and simplicity. In owning less, contacting less, and wanting less, one discovers the profound joy of freedom, unbound, unburdened, and deeply present. Minte's lifestyle: no house, no temple, no phone, no name. Venerable Minte lives a life that strips away all anchors to worldly identity and possessions, embodying the essence of radical simplicity and deep renunciation. No Te owns no permanent dwelling. He moves fluidly with the cycles of nature, taking shelter wherever the moment allows, never fixating on one place. This detachment from a fixed home cultivates a living awareness of impermanence and nurtures a spirit of openness and freedom. No temple. He practices beyond walls and institutions. Without a formal temple, Mintuet carries the sanctuary within, showing that true spirituality is not bound by location or structure. Whether amid forests, villages, or urban streets, his mindfulness remains constant. By choosing not to own a phone, Mintuet consciously distances himself from the noise and endless demands of modern technology. This deliberate disconnection preserves his attention and silence, allowing him to live fully present, undistracted by the digital world. Releasing his fixed identity, Mintuet relinquishes attachment to personal labels, roles, and ego. This no-name is a profound gesture of humility and surrender, embracing a boundless self beyond social constructs and self-image. Through these radical renunciations, Mintuet reveals how simplicity and non-attachment open a spaciousness in the heart and mind, inviting profound mindfulness, genuine peace, and liberation from suffering. His life is a living teaching that freedom arises not from having more, but from letting go. Breath as the supreme path, accessible to all. Breath is the fundamental and universal link between body and mind. It serves as the supreme path, guiding us effortlessly into the present moment where mindfulness, peace, and insight naturally arise. Unlike elaborate rituals or specialized techniques, breath meditation requires nothing external. No tools, no status, no prior experience, making it truly accessible to everyone, regardless of age, culture, or belief. By simply observing the natural flow of our breathing, we root ourselves firmly in the here and now. This simple practice dissolves mental clutter, soothes agitation, and opens the doorway to profound understanding. Thus, breath acts as a wise teacher, a gentle healer, and a trustworthy guide, leading all who turn to it toward liberation and genuine freedom. Walking without destination, living in the present moment. Walking without a fixed destination is a practice of surrendering control and embracing the present moment fully. It encourages slowing down, feeling each step, and connecting deeply with both the world around us and our inner selves. In mindful walking, the journey itself becomes the destination. Every movement turns into meditation, attuned to the touch of feet on earth, the rhythm of breath, and the sensations that arise within the body. Releasing goals and expectations eases mental tension and invites us to flow with life as it unfolds naturally. This simple, intentional act cultivates calmness, clarity, and joyful presence. Ultimately, walking without destination reminds us that true peace is not found by arriving somewhere else, but by wholly inhabiting the here and now. Stories of lying in fields, forests, rooftops, the mind still like water. In many spiritual traditions, practitioners share vivid memories of lying quietly in fields, forests, or on rooftops, simply observing the sky, trees, or the world around them. In these moments of gentle stillness, the mind softens and becomes clear, like a calm pond undisturbed by wind or ripples. The body relaxes completely, the breath slows naturally, and thoughts settle gently without force. Freed from distraction and effort, awareness deepens, unveiling a profound peace that lies beneath the usual rush of daily life. These humble practices remind us that meditation is not limited to formal postures or special places. Stillness and clarity can bloom anywhere, wherever the mind becomes as still as water. Such stories encourage us to remember, peace is always within reach, quietly resting beneath the surface of noise, ready to be found in the calm openness of any moment. Lives transformed by practicing his teachings on mindfulness. Countless individuals have experienced profound transformation by embracing Venerable Mintoye's teachings on mindfulness. Through cultivating gentle awareness of the breath, body, and the unfolding present moment, they uncover new depths of clarity, calm, and peace in their everyday lives. Many who once wrestled with anxiety, restlessness, or despair now find a steady refuge in mindfulness. This practice supports them in meeting life's challenges with greater wisdom and calm, rather than reactive turmoil. Mintoye's guidance invites a kind, persistent return to the here and now, encouraging acceptance without judgment or resistance. Over time, this practice softens the heart, shifts perspectives, and awakens an enduring sense of joy and compassion. These changes are not sudden miracles, but the natural result of patient, consistent practice and gentle kindness toward oneself. Through his teachings, mindfulness becomes a living path that leads to freedom, healing, and authentic happiness. From anxiety to inner refuge. Anxiety often feels like a storm raging inside, restless, overwhelming, and beyond control. It disrupts our peace, clouds our clarity, and pulls us away from the present moment. Mindfulness meditation, particularly the practice of focusing on the breath, offers a sanctuary within this turmoil. By gently directing attention to the natural rhythm of breathing, we create an inner refuge, a calm and steady space where we can find safety and ease. This refuge is not about escaping reality, but cultivating a grounded awareness that welcomes whatever arises without judgment or fear. Gradually, anxiety loses its power as we learn to observe it with kindness and gentle distance, watching it pass like clouds drifting across the sky. From this place of refuge, clarity and resilience grow. We become more able to meet life's challenges with balance and compassion, discovering peace even in the midst of uncertainty. From craving to renunciation. Craving lies at the root of much suffering, an insatiable hunger for more, for something different, or for control over life's uncertainties. It unsettles the mind, breeding restlessness, dissatisfaction, and attachment. Through mindfulness practice, craving is gently brought into the light of awareness. As we observe its arising and passing with steady attention, craving reveals itself not as an absolute need, but as a habitual pattern that can be loosened. Renunciation is not about harsh denial or self-denial, but about wise and compassionate letting go, a freeing of the heart from the chains of desire. By anchoring in mindful breathing and present moment presence, we nurture contentment and simplicity, finding joy in what is rather than yearning for what we wish to possess. This inner shift, from craving to renunciation, unlocks the door to true freedom, a heart unburdened, peaceful, and open to life exactly as it unfolds. From complexity to simplicity, modern life often entangles us in complexity. Endless tasks, constant distractions, and a restless mind chasing more. This overload clouds our clarity and drains our inner calm. Mindfulness practice offers a path back to simplicity. By grounding attention in the breath and the present moment, we begin to slow down, untangling ourselves from mental noise and emotional chaos. Simplicity here is more than minimalism. It is living with clear intention, full presence, and natural ease. It teaches us to appreciate the ordinary and discover richness in simple moments. Moving from complexity to simplicity, the mind naturally settles, and life flows with greater harmony. True freedom arises not by accumulating more, but by releasing what is unnecessary and embracing what truly matters. From noise to silence. The modern world bombards us with noise, endless external distractions, ceaseless inner chatter, and a restless mind caught in a whirlwind of thoughts. This constant noise breeds confusion, stress, and a sense of disconnection from our true selves. Mindfulness meditation, especially through attentive breathing, offers a gentle way to quiet this chaos. Rather than resisting or forcing thoughts away, we simply observe them with kindness, allowing mental clutter to settle on its own. Silence, then, is more than just the absence of sound. It is a deep inner stillness, a clear, calm space within where true awareness can emerge. In this silence, the mind becomes a tranquil mirror, reflecting reality as it truly is, free from distortion. The journey from noise to silence is an unfolding discovery of our inner sanctuary, a refuge of clarity and peace always available, right here and now. From suffering to inner freedom. Suffering is an unavoidable part of life, arising from pain, loss, and the mind's resistance to what is. Yet within this very suffering lies the seed of profound transformation. Mindfulness meditation guides us to face suffering directly, with open, compassionate awareness, instead of fleeing or denying it. By gently observing pain and discomfort, we begin to peel away the layers of fear and resistance that magnify our anguish. This courageous acceptance becomes the gateway to inner freedom, a freedom that does not depend on changing external circumstances, but arises from how we relate to our experience. Even amidst hardship, we can nurture peace, clarity, and resilience. The journey from suffering to inner freedom is an awakening to the true nature of mind and life, uncovering a deep wellspring of strength and compassion within us all.